What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having an absolutely incredible day. I know that I am, and if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam, you'll get tetanus. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I can 100% guarantee if you don't press the like button, you're gonna get a disease that causes lockjaw by stepping on a rusty nail. So, protect your feeties, press the like button. Real talk though, guys, hope you guys are having a good one. As you can tell from the title and thumbnail, today I've got a pretty intense story, but I did just want to apologize really quick for like the last couple days of audio, alright? I read all your comments yesterday, and I guess a lot of you were saying that my mic was like way too sensitive and picking up weird noises. I promise I don't just sitting here making weird noises into my mic. I don't really know what it was, but I should have fixed it now, and if it's not better, then please let me know. I'm checking the audio again on this video, but like I said, I'm trying. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Real talk though, guys, today's story is about heroism, alright? It's a story about bravery. It's a story about true American heroes. It's not actually about any American heroes, to be honest. It's a pretty stupid story, but stupid people are technically a type of American hero, I don't know what America loves more, people that do great things for our country, or people that the entire country can come together and just be like, this person's stupid. And I've got a pretty stupid person for you today, guys. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Enjoy. So, classrooms, they're a pretty interesting place to be, and by interesting, I mean extremely boring. I don't think anyone actually enjoys being in a classroom. But there's some certain characters that are in basically every class you've ever been in. Like it or not, 90% of your classes have at least one of these kids that just never listens to any rule. Like, it's almost like the kid purposely goes out of his way to just break every rule imaginable, Even if the rule makes sense, it's just that one kid in class that goes out of his way to distract the teacher, cause problems for the class, argues with everything anyone says. Most of the classes I had growing up had one of these kids, and dealing with them is super annoying, They're just not logical creatures. Like, they're the reasons that certain places have to have signs that definitely have a story behind them. Like when you go to the zoo and there's a sign there saying, "Don't punch the tiger," and you're like, oh, what idiot would be dumb enough to punch a tiger? It's probably one of these kids that's like, well, whatever, you guys say I can't punch the tiger, so now I have to, Just the type of obnoxious kid that breaks rules just to break rules and thinks it's pretty cool, but in reality, it's kind of annoying. And on the other end of the spectrum, in this classroom, there's a kid like this that never listens to the rules, and the teacher is basically the kid's mortal enemy. He's a white Steve Urkel, to put it lightly, just a really nerdy guy, almost 40 years old, still living at home, doesn't have a girlfriend, just really, really, really loves science. And hey, I'm not gonna judge, alright? I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's not cool to be 40 years old living with your parents, being a chemistry science teacher, but I am just saying that the types of kids that purposely go out a way to break every rule that exists in the school rulebook probably don't respect a 40-year-old man that looks up to Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory. Let's keep it 100 here. And this person is telling me that from the very beginning of the school year, this kid and this teacher have never gotten along, and especially because it's a science class where there's lots of specific rules that are put in place to be safe, dealing with a kid that is constantly breaking them just isn't a good idea, Oh yeah, kids, listen, these chemicals are very dangerous if mixed together. They can actually explode and cause massive structural damage to the school. And then little Timmy in the corner, who just gets a raise out of breaking the rules, starts purposely trying to mix the chemicals as fast as possible, It's just not a very good system to have a good relationship with your teacher. And I'm gonna be honest, being nice to your teachers actually does make your life easier. Unpopular opinion, flying under the radar and having teachers that likes you actually makes school way more entertaining because you can get away with more. I had one or two teachers every year that would slip me some hall passes, let me skip a couple classes every now and then to hang out in their room, and it was worth it. And you're never gonna have that if you're the kid always breaking the rules, I'm just saying. But whatever, this teacher who is a super nerdy dude and this kid who are always breaking the rules very clearly don't see eye to eye. And at, this point in the school year, it's what, almost the end of February? I think it actually is the last day of February. Anyways, they're sitting in science class, it's a typical day. The teacher's explaining that they're gonna be taking the test today, and, it's a unit ending test, so he wants them to take it seriously. He will allow retakes to people who he knows have studied, yada yada yada. He's going on about taking the test, and the annoying kid just starts asking questions about the test that are incredibly annoying and just slowing down the class, Oh, where do I write my name? Do I write my name on the test? Do I have to use a pencil on the Scantron? Did you teach us the stuff that's gonna be on the test? Like, just basically annoying the class and asking questions that aren't really funny. And that's the worst type of kid in class. The class clown that doesn't actually cause any clownage other than the fact that people are laughing at him. Bruh, if I had a unit test that was worth like 30% of my grade and some kid is sitting in the corner just being like, oh, do I write my name on it? I would be annoyed. So obviously the teacher's already annoyed and he tells the kid to shut up and just take his tests. And like I said, the science teacher and this kid don't get along. And I'm gonna be honest, some kids probably just need to be told to shut up. Like if we're gonna keep it an absolute blank slate of honesty on this channel, some people just need to be told to shut up sometimes. Like, have you ever told somebody that talks way too much, shut up for a second, and you see the look on their face of shock because they've never been told that before? That's what this kid needed, though. So, whatever, the kid is obviously already in an annoying mood. The teacher and him already aren't getting along. So, people start taking the test, and about 20 minutes into the test, there's this deafening sound from the back of the classroom and the sound of rushing water. And in the back of the class, the kid who causes all the problems had turned on the chemical shower in the science class in the middle of the test. And I don't know if you've ever been around one of those like emergency chemical showers when they go off. It is not a very quick draining process. So the back of the classroom starts being filled with like school tap water. And since they don't test the chemical showers very often, have you ever like smelled water that comes out of pipes that haven't been used for a minute? It don't smell too good. So the back of the classroom is flooding, you know, it smells bad. And the teacher is very obviously like, really, dude, your peers are taking a test right now. You pick right now out of all the times to turn on the emergency shower when there is no emergency. Like, what is the point of that? So the teacher is like, why would you turn on the chemical shower? And the kid, laughing with a giant smile on his face, is like, it's not my fault that it turned on. I didn't know it would do that. And the teacher, who's finally had enough of this kid just being an idiot, you know, looks at him and goes, oh, are you so stupid that you couldn't read push this to turn on the shower when you turned it on? You had no idea that when you pushed the button to turn on the shower was gonna turn on? You had no idea? I would believe it. I think you might actually be stupid enough to not read it. And the kid, you know, his face turns all red. The entire class is like, oh, which is what always happens whenever a teacher gets mad and starts yelling at a kid. Everybody starts getting all hyped up. It's like a World Star hip hop video, you know? If no one's recording the fight, there's not a lot of reactions. As soon as you see a phone out, everyone and their mom starts screaming World Star to get more clout on Facebook later that day. So the class is freaking out and the kid's like, well, you're the idiot who left the shower unattended. Terrible comeback, dude. What do you want the teacher to just like have a security camera on the emergency shower? Most people aren't dumb enough to want to take an emergency shower in the middle of class. So the teacher is like, that's it, I've had enough. You go to the principal's office and explain why this class won't be able to finish their unit test because you're too dumb to read what happens when you turn on a shower. And the kid is like, I'm not dumb, you're just a bad teacher. And he says, I don't think bad teaching is what caused you to not understand that turning on a shower would cause water to come out. And the entire class is just like, oh, because here's this, you know, nerdy 40-year-old teacher just savagely roasting this kid who thinks he's super cool. The kid is getting embarrassed, you know, it doesn't look too good to get called out by a science teacher, you know, especially one like this. And he's getting owned because this kid is just an idiot. Why would you turn on an emergency shower? What about a science class makes you be like, you know what sounds good right now? An emergency shower. I've seen them turn on. It's quick. Like, this kid definitely got soaked by it. So great, now you're soaking wet and you interrupted everybody else in science tests and you don't even have good comebacks, bro. You're getting roasted out here by Paul Blart's science teacher. That's just not a good look. If you're gonna get in a roast battle with the teacher, the least you could do is come with some pre-prepared material. You know, Paul Blart's science teacher is right off the top. But no, this kid apparently just went with, I didn't know that turning on the shower would turn it on. Not a very good defense. So the kid gets up in the teacher's face and is like, you keep calling me dumb, but you won't say it to my face. And the teacher, who's like face to face with it, which is a really weird thing to do when guys fight. You're sitting in this science class. 10 seconds ago, you're taking a test. And now this dude who just proclaimed that he didn't know that turning on the shower would turn on the shower is literally nose to nose with your science teacher. That's just a weird pose. You're way too close to kissing in that position for it to actually be threatening. Going nose to nose with somebody before you like fight is just weird. Now you know what their breath smells like, almost as good as you know what like your girlfriend's breath smells like. I'm just saying, it's a weird intimidation tactic. I'ma get increasingly close to kissing you until you decide that you don't want to partake in combat. So this kid is now face to face with his science teacher, a couple inches from a kiss with the big man Bill Nye himself, and they're awkwardly facing off, and he's like, no one in this class likes you anyways. And the teacher, who is now just fed up, man. I really couldn't be a teacher. My leash would be so short, dude. The first time a kid stepped out of line, I'd be like, yeah, your mom's a whore. You know, this is why I can't be a teacher. I would lose my license too quickly. And regardless, he's now face to face with his science teacher. They're squaring up, and the teacher who's just had enough is like, oh, you think the class doesn't like me? From the moment you walk into this class, you do nothing but disrupt the students who want to learn. And even the students who laugh at everything you do aren't laughing at your jokes. They're laughing at you. Just tearing into this kid. And I'm surprised you make it this long. If I had a kid who was just like constantly annoying me, turning on showers and then claiming he didn't know what it would do, you know, getting up in my face and saying that nobody likes me, like, bruh, I would be, you know, going in on this kid too. So the kid, like I said, is getting increasingly embarrassed. He's like, oh yeah, well, if I leave, the class will follow me. And he says, oh, my pleasure, have fun, bye. You know, the teacher doesn't care. And the kid steps away from his face and goes out the door, and the teacher giggles at the fact that the kid is leaving, which, all right, grown men probably shouldn't giggle. I giggle a surprising amount. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm Chuck Norris or Rambo, and I don't enjoy myself a little giggle. If the kid gets punked and he walks away, that is giggle-worthy material. And the giggle, ladies and gentlemen, was the giggle heard round the world, almost as impactful as when we started the Revolutionary War to break away from the British Empire. Yeah, that's right. Revolutionary War and teachers giggling, definitely on the same level, for sure. Don't question that. Tell your history teachers. Actually, don't, because they'll suggest you stop watching me. And the kid spins around after hearing the giggle and goes, did you just laugh at me? And the science teacher laughs again. And the kid stormed back in, you know, huffing and puffing, like lifts up his sleeves the old school way, like they fight in the movies where he rolls up his sleeves, punches the teacher in the face, like winds up slow motion, fist flying through the air like Rocky. It hits him. The teacher's head turns sideways, a little bit of spit flies out in slow motion, or at least I hope so. Otherwise, movies have really been getting my hopes up for no reason. And the teacher turns, looks at him, and says, you hit like a girl. Savagery. The class erupts, because how can you not? This kid just swaggered up to a teacher and tried to punch him, and the teacher doesn't even care. Imagine the bruise on your ego. You hit a nerdy man, and he goes, wow, that's a really bad hit. And that unlocks this kid's next mode, okay? We've cascaded through them all, and now he just goes into a fit of rage, punching and screaming, going towards the teacher. And thankfully, at this point, the class realizes it's out of control, and two giant kids come and, like, hold the kid down. And the teacher, who at this point is just being petty, just keeps laughing. Like, he can't stop. And the kid is swearing and screaming, calling him a fat loser, all while the other kids are just, like, holding him, I guess, away from the teacher. You know, hold me back, bro. Hold me back, bro. Hold me back, bro. So it takes a bit for the school security to calm down. The kid is like screaming, obviously. He gets taken to the principal's office. The science teacher is like, well, that was an interesting class, you know. The principal goes in front of the class and is like, now students, remember that we respect each other at this school, and there will be no mention of this to the outside classes. They don't need to know what transpired here, okay? Show me that you are becoming incredible adults and will not spread this information beyond the classroom. And it's so cute that the principal actually thought people weren't going to talk about the kid that went crazy, punched a teacher, freaked out, had to have two linemen from the football team hold him down while he screamed and cried in the hallway. All because he turned on the chemical shower and got called stupid. And I mean, eventually I talked about it too, and now I'm sharing it on the internet. So, hey, no harm, no foul. Your principal is probably very disappointed in you, but I doubt he'll ever see this, so it doesn't matter. But on that note, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully the audio was better. I really did try. I'm gonna try to be on the comeback, you know. I'm gonna be spending more time on my videos and stuff. I'm really sorry if I, like, made you guys mad recently, you know. I know the views are down. If you guys could, like, tell me what I'm doing wrong in the comments, I'd appreciate it. That's not me being like, oh, my views are down. I genuinely want to know, what am I doing wrong? Like, I'm asking you guys to let me know what I could do better. But, on that note, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, and, I'm gonna be reading all the comments, like I said, so if you want to let me know, oh, hey, I don't like the way that you spell your name, you know, what can I do to make my videos better? I can't change the way my name is spelled, but I can change the gameplay. I can do different videos. Like I said, just let me know. But if you're new, be sure to turn on those notifications because I give a notification shout out every video. And today's notification shout out goes to Hattie Khan. Big thank you for having on notifications. I really appreciate it. If you want a notification shout out, like I said, turn them on, send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby. Follow while you're there. Check out my Twitter at Scrubby_69. My podcast is down below. So is the merch. Use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout. That should be all my sponsor plugs. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.